really hard for a group to regain composure after a team makes a run like that. How do you feel your group answered when, after they went on that type of run?
I'm so proud of this group because it's the identical situation to the last time we played them pretty much. And there was a poise in the huddles. There was communication in the huddles. There was each guy talking about what scenarios we need to do. And it's just showing so much growth of this group. Now, they fought from beginning to end and, never let themselves get rattled, even when Chicago took the lead.
Jonathan Isaac had 18 tonight. It's the most points he scored since 2019. And just what can you say about his performance and how did he impact the game on both ends?
You watched it. I mean, defensively, he's so special. And the fact that he's finding the right space on the floor to step into his shots, his teammates are trusting him and find him. But I think defensively, what he does, I can't emphasize it enough, and I can't praise him enough for what he does defensively for this team.
When you look at that first half, once again held them to 33 points in the first half. What's really cooking for you guys when you're able to play like that?
Well, we were flying around. We impacted shots, contested all shots, made them take tough twos. Obviously, Caruso got going early on in the game, but our ability to be physical without fouling early was a big key. And now we'll obviously have to continue to work on that second half because we know teams, as they're down, they're going to come back fighting. So we've got to continue to do a better job of focusing on, a 0-0 at halftime and come out with that same intensity and that same fight.
Is there any sort of commonality you're seeing in some of those second half comebacks that teams are making?
Well, we just know that teams are going to come back. They're going to attack the paint. They're going to try to get to the free throw line. And give credit to Zach. He hit some big time shots, and that's what he's capable of doing. But to our guys' credit and to our entire team and our bench and our coaches, there was a level of poise about each person. They didn't overreact, and they just stayed the course throughout the game, understanding it's the process that we needed to take care of.
Without Markelle and Jalen tonight, how did Cole Anthony help maybe offer a stable hand off the bench?
I thought he was great. I thought he did so many right plays during the game, the right decision, the quick decision. He got downhill, got to the paint, and made the quick decisions. And for us and our coaches, recognizing how much growth that is for a young man who may not have made a lot of shots, but what he did was he impacted the game both defensively first and then offensively, finding the right and easy play. And it made the game easy for everybody around him.
The lineup with Franz and Paolo and Isaac, none of them are traditional centers necessarily, but do you like how they fit well together? Do their skills complement each other?
We want decision makers, and each one of those guys is a quick decision maker, the right decision maker, and I think that's what you look for. Regardless of size, I think it's the experience that they have, as both Franz and Paolo have had the ball in their hand a ton. And so their ability to make decisions and make people around them better is what we're asking both of them to do. And then Jonathan, what he does defensively, as well as being able to space the floor to knock shots down, size is a luxury, but it's also about their decision-making and their IQs.
You talked about the poise that the team had tonight down the stretch. Can you just talk about the value that wins like tonight and the one on Wednesday hold for a team like this that's so young and still developing together?
That is such a great point. And I think a team that's continuing to grow, and I'll say it over and over again, learning how to win in this league, because it's not easy. And when you can have the poise that they had, the communication that they had in those huddles, it's signs of growth. It's signs of them understanding, taking ownership, and coming together to know what it takes to win.
Along those lines, Powell had the game winner the other night. Franz comes up with the big one and one. Just how much are you seeing from those guys in the clutch moment?
Well, it was so great because in that huddle, Paolo talked about how Caruso was going to guard him. And in that same breath, he took the same block to the post, and I think they put Craig may have been on him, and we threw the ball right back to Franz, and then he makes the play. Same identical play, but that's growth that you adjust to what the defense is trying to take away, and these guys trust the guy next to him in order to make the right play.
Paolo had 7 turnovers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just want to see more patience from him at times, or how does he maybe make better decisions?
Well, he's going to be harder on himself than anybody, knowing that. And it's what we'll do is dissect the film. He'll watch it, see how they're playing him. They're obviously more physical than him, physical on him. They were playing gaps a little bit tighter. So as he got downhill, they were spraying out. So those quicker decisions, once he comes off of it, he'll be able to recognize and see. But he's a guy that's going to study the film, go back and look at it and work on it. We'll work with him on it as well. So.
Anything else?
You know how tough it can be for a team to regain composure after another team goes on a run like that. How do you feel your group was able to withstand their run there at the end and come out with a win?
You know, I think it was just it's just funny how it happened, just because it was like the same situation as you know, as the last game, and you know, we said you're gonna keep getting the same test until you pass it, and you know, it wasn't technically how we wanted to go, but just for us to come together and for them to take the lead and for us to regain our composure and go out there and steal another one here in Chicago. I mean, it was great. I mean, that's just the resiliency of this team. We all stick together. We believe in each other, and we were able to get the win.
This was your second game back after missing, I think it was 4 or 5 games. Tonight you're inserted in the starting lineup. How do you physically feel?
I feel great, you know, just every time I can get out there with my guys and play basketball, I mean, that's what I love to do. So, you know, injuries happen. It's part of the game. It's unfortunate, but, you know, attack the rehab. We did a great job, and, you know, the guys are able to get me back out there soon.
2 straight games, you held them to 33 points in the first half. That's the fewest any team scored in the first half in the NBA this season. Just what are you guys doing when you're playing that well defensively that really makes things tick?
I feel like we're all on a string. We're all playing for each other. We're all talking. We're communicating. And, you know, 33 points is, you know, that's tough to hold an NBA team to that. You know, I know we get greedy sometimes. We want to hold them to 33 in the second half, but, I mean, that's an NBA team. You know, those guys are good and high-level scorers. And, you know, sometimes, you know, they caught a rhythm. They got hot. We did a great job of defending without fouling. And they hit a lot of tough twos. But continue to just hang our hats on the defensive end. We know we're a defensive team, and we take pride in that. And, you know, we can bring our defense every night, and that's how we start off the games.
You've seen what Jonathan has gone through the last couple of years, obviously, and for him to play back-to-back earlier this week and then 18 tonight, what can you say about it?
Special. I mean, the stuff he does on that court, you know, and his limited minutes too is amazing. Well, he's active. He's all over the place. He's getting steals, blocks, rebounds, tip dunks. He's hitting the threes. I mean, he's a tremendous player, and he's definitely huge for us. And you know, we're happy to have him back healthy. And with him on the court, I'm very confident in our defense. He's our defensive anchor, and we still have guys out right now. So it's just we could be a very scary team defensively, especially when everybody gets healthy.
You won the battle for points in the paint tonight by, it looks like, 18. And Coach called your team's ability to get to the paint the superpower of the team. And as someone who's kind of the shooter on the perimeter around that, what are you seeing from the teammates who are able to get downhill like that?
I mean, we have so much size. We have so many versatile players that can get downhill, can handle the ball. So it's just like we can get the mismatch, we can get the switch, and, you know, you just got to get 2 feet in the paint. And, you know, once you get 2 feet in the paint, the defense breaks down. It's either you score and kick out to shooters. And, you know, we want to get feet set threes, and we want to score in the paint. So, you know, the guys do a great job of getting in the paint, scoring, getting fouled. And then if they don't have anything, they kick it out, and we're able to knock down shots. So just continue to get that continuity on offense and just continue to build that rhythm. You know, that's the goal. It's still early in the season. But, you know, we understand the offensive principles, and we just got to continue to just trust and believe in it regardless.
It seemed like several guys were slipping around on the court tonight. Franz took a spill near the bench in the first quarter. Do you notice any difference with these in-season tournament courts? Are they more slippery versus?
That was my first time playing on it, so thankfully I didn't slip and fall. But you know, I definitely saw Franz slip. And, you know, I think I got a foul when DeRozan slipped. They called it on me. I think somebody else slipped in the first half, and it's just like, cool. The courts are cool. They look cool, but, you know, I don't know.
Anything else? Thank you.
Jonathan, it can be really tough for a team to regain composure after another team goes on a run like that. How do you feel you guys were able to do that and pull this one out tonight?
Well, I think we just stayed together. You know, we definitely. It's not something that we want to continue to have to do, but even down the stretch in the first game, we hunkered down. We said, okay, this is the position we're in. They came back. What are we going to do now? And we were able to make plays down the stretch, and, you know, started with our defense.
Earlier in the season, maybe even the preseason, you said you were still getting your legs back under you. How do you feel now?
I definitely feel like I'm getting more comfortable out there. Learning my teammates, learning where I'm going to play, knowing where I'm going to be out on defense. All those different things is starting to come together, and I know that I feel like inside of myself I still have some ways to go, but just trying to take it one game at a time.
For you offensively, how much do you continue to find yourself growing in that area and becoming more comfortable? As you've said, defense just comes naturally
Right.
to you. But how do you feel yourself growing offensively as well?
I think just learning who I'm playing with, learning the guys. Coaches had me coming back into games at the 5 to end the game. I've never done that before, so I'm still learning. How can I play in this offense to be productive, to help guys, help us win. And so that's rebounding. That's trying my best to knock down open shots, playing in transition, setting early screens and drag, stuff like that, to just get involved and help the team win.
Through your rehab process, you worked a lot on your shooting. Just how much do you continue to feel that pay dividends, especially when you find yourself in a situation where you have to, knock down 2 clutch free throws?
Yeah, just trusting it. I know that I'm a great shooter. A lot of times it's just me just getting comfortable, and even I'm so used to being so on my toes playing defensively that sometimes I'm the same way on offense. And when I can just take a breath and just relax and let the shot go, more times than not it goes in.
You talked about learning to play at the 5, and when you're in the game with Franz and Paolo as the front court together, what do you think works about the way your skills overlap?
Well, I think my biggest thing, I was talking to them even after the game, that I have to be better at forcing the switch. So that's what we want. We want Paolo coming off and having to have Vooch guard Franz in that last possession. That's why he was able to get downhill so easy. And so just learning to play out those guys, setting great screens, rolling, getting out. Trying my best to stay in the pocket to give them relief if there's a red or if they're blitzing it, and just allowing those guys to have room to work.
The team is 7-5 now. It's the best record since 2017-2018, which was your rookie season. Can you talk about some key differences that have helped you guys get out to such a strong start?
I think there's definitely a belief factor, and we're still growing. We really are so young. It feels like we're just, babies in a sense of just coming together and figuring this thing out. But there's a belief system. Coach Mose has done a phenomenal job of just instilling that in us. This is our year. We can take it if we want it. And so we just have to continue to work together. This team is very well connected. We really do like to be around each other. And I think it's just continued to show. And really, we shouldn't be 7-5 right now. We should be 10-5, and probably even better than that. And so we know that we're not even playing to the standard of what we're capable of. And, game after game, we'll continue to get better.
Earlier in the week, you played in both back-to-back. That was the first time in a few years that you did that. Did you, was that a moment for you where you kind of realized this is another step as you continue to get back to your own?
Yeah, absolutely. After the game, it was already in my mind where it was hey, this is the back-to-back coming up. I probably won't play. But after the first game, I was like, I might be able to play, tomorrow night. And so, we kind of came together, the training staff and coach even had a decision I'm going to go for it. And so I felt good, and I've just been trying to do a better job of getting my rest when I need it. But I feel good. I definitely feel like my legs are getting back under me, and I'm starting to just run free and jump free out there.
Thank you, Jay.
Appreciate it.
I'll be back.